homework 20, question 1. We're asked to write down the midpoint for the 9 to 12 interval. So this is very straightforward. You just want the number between 9 and 12, and it's 1 mark, so all you need to write down is 10.5. Okay, so part B, we're after finding the median, and it's just an estimate, and also use linear interpolation to estimate the median. So what we need to do first is, we know there's 30 students. What I've done here is I've added an extra column where I'm doing like a cumulative frequency, so I'm just adding these as I go along. So you can see there's 30 students. So the first step is to say 30 divided by 2 is 15. So we're after the 15th value. Now we have a look at this. We know our 15th value is going to lie somewhere between in here. So also this is our 14th value here, so our 15th value is going to be in this category here. So this will lie in the 16 to 18 category. Okay, now the trick with interpolation is you gotta kind of look at these categories, these groups. If there's a gap between the upper bound and then the lower bound, this one, then you gotta be really careful. If they're the same, then you can use like that number, but in this case we've got 8 and 9, and then of course in this case we've got 15, 16. So our lower bound for our linear interpolation will be 15.5. And then of course, so we have a look, we've got 15.5 there, and then of course 18, 19, so we know our upper bound there will be 18.5. Now the 15.5, we have a look at our cumulative, that'll be the 14th, that'll be number 14 in the cumulative frequency. And of course if we have a look at the next group up, that's going to be 22. And of course what we're after is we're after the 15th value. So this is why I've drawn it out, because it helps you visualise what I'm doing. So after this value, you're trying to work out what that is effectively. We know the whole journey across there's a difference of 3, and we know there's a difference of 8 values there, and of course we're after the 15th value, up from the 14th. So what we do is start our lower bound to do 15.5, and then of course we do 15 take away 14, all over 22 minus 14. And then you always multiply the difference between the two values, which is 3. So that'll be 15.5. And if we multiply this all out, we're going to have 1 over 8 times 3, so that'll be plus 3/8. So 50.5 plus 3/8 will give us 15.9. Okay, so part C. Got to estimate the mean and the standard deviation of the time taken by students. So we're finding the mean, it's just stuff you've done in GCSE. You've got your table here, and of course it's just your midpoint times your frequency. Add these up and then divide by the total frequency. So what we're doing effectively is finding the sum of f of x all over n. So what we can have there is 5 times 2 plus 10.5 times 7 plus 14 times 5 plus 17 times 8 plus 20.5 times 4 plus 26.5 times 4. And of course we know that will be all over 30. It's 10 plus 73.5 plus 70 plus 136 plus 82 106, all over 30. that gives us a answer of 15.9 to 3 significant figures. So part C continue, we just calculated the mean and now we're going to estimate the standard deviation. Of course, to get this, just the square root of sum of f of x squared over n, and then take away sum of f of x over n all squared, which effectively is the mean. I would say use your answer from what you generated earlier, but this really needs to be precise. So we calculate this. We're given sum of f of x squared in the question, which is 8,603.75. And then we'll be really precise with this. Sum of f of x is 477.530. And of course that'll be squared. So we type this into a calculator. So you don't have to write this bit down necessarily, but I'm just showing you what I got in the calculator. So you should have got 33.4513889, and if you square root that, you'll get 5.78 to 3 significant figures.